I've tested recruiting with dozens of programs in CFB 26. I found there's one factor that determines whether you succeed or struggle with recruiting. Most players will never figure this out. In this video, I'll show you exactly what it is and give you my 5-step recruiting formula that works regardless of your program size. Okay, so recruiting in CFB 26 is completely different from last year's game. In CFB 25, recruiting was all about who could level up their recruiter coaching build the fastest, all in an effort to get more hours or more impact on the recruiting trail. Those abilities are now either in CEO or deep in elite recruiter. So this year, I've noticed it's all about something completely different. There is one factor that has the biggest impact on your recruiting, and that's winning games. I know that sounds obvious, but here's what most people are missing. Your wins and losses directly change your school grades. Win games and your grades stay high. Lose games and your grades drop fast. This changes everything because of dynamic deal breakers. Good grades mean you can pick who you want, but bad grades mean you need backup plans. So I'm gonna give you my 5-step recruiting system, then show you how to adapt it based on whether you're winning or losing games. Let's dive in. Step 1, set up your board the right way. Stage 1 is all about building the right foundation. You're going to want to focus on 3 things. First, focus on the prospects that are interested and or in your pipeline. Pipelines make a big difference in this year's game. They can cut your recruiting costs in half. I'm using Iowa here, so I'm targeting Tier 4 talent from Iowa, Tier 3 from Illinois, and Tier 2 from surrounding states like Ohio. I'll only target recruits outside my pipeline if I'm in their top 3 in starting interest. Do this with 5 stars first, then sort by 4 stars, and then 3 stars until your board hits 35 recruits. As a 3-star program, I view 5 stars as long shots, 4 stars as priority targets, 3 stars as foundation pieces, and 2 stars as roster fillers. You can scale this to your program level. If you're a 2-star program, then 4 stars would be long shots, and etc. Second, and this is crucial, don't recruit too many guys at one position. The game thinks they'll compete for playing time, and this may trigger their playing time deal breaker. You'll then get locked out. You'll see here that I recruited too many wide receivers, and this guy has a playing time deal breaker, so he locked me out. If I want to keep this guy on my board, I need to remove other receivers. Okay, after I've adjusted my board, I'm going to offer all of my long shots and priority targets. That's 5 and 4 stars. Then I'm going to scout my foundation pieces, 3 stars, and if any of them are gems, I'll offer a scholarship. If not, I'll hold off, but keep them on my board. If I have any leftover hours, I'll remove some, go and find some more 3 stars, and scout them to see if I can find any more gems. I'm not going to worry about scouting my long shots or priority targets because I'd be happy to get any of these guys. I'm really just worried about figuring out which foundation pieces to target. This means if you're a powerhouse school, you'd be scouting your 4-star recruits. If you're a rebuilt school, you'd be scouting your 1 or 2-star recruits. After this, I'll advance a week and move on to step 2, and that's know when to walk away. After the week advances, you'll see where you stand on each recruit's board. Here's the key, know which recruits to keep and which to drop. If you're in 8th place and all the teams ahead of you are powerhouse schools that have made offers, it's probably a good time to get out. If you're in the top 5 and the bars are all still relatively close, keep that guy on your board. You gotta do this every single week. Some guys you're close to now will slip away as other teams gain momentum. Don't waste your hours on lost causes. After you've figured out which guys to keep, you'll move on to step 3, and that's send the house on recruits within reach. Once you've cleaned your board, go all in on prospects you can actually get. Send the house on about 12 to 15 long shots and priority targets. There might not be any long shots, and that's okay. But the key here is being strategic with our hours so we don't end up wasting any. Even if you have a big lead, send the house to lock them out early and free up hours for other targets. While doing this, pay attention to deal breakers. For smaller programs, I only worry about deal breakers that A, won't change, or B, are within my control. Proximity to home and conference prestige, for example, are not likely to change. I've heard cases of the proximity to home deal breaker grade changing for a player within the season, but I've yet to see it in recruiting. When we're looking at deal breakers that are within your control, these are all about your playing type. Championship contender, for example, is within your control. You just have to win games. But you've got to be realistic about the outlook of your season. If you expect to win half of your games and lose the other half, avoid championship contender as a deal breaker. Also, be careful with the playing style deal breakers. Many players complain that these are unpredictable. A lot of times, you'll get locked out halfway through the season. Okay, once you've highlighted your handful of targets and sent the house, you're going to want to reserve anywhere from about 50 to 200 hours to do this next step. Step 4 is fill in the gaps. This is where you separate yourself from everyone else. Go to the prospect list and filter by 0 scholarship offers. Start with your long shots, then priority targets. You'll find 3 and 4 star players that no one else is going for. If you're in a sharp online dynasty, other users might do this too, but there should still be enough recruits with no offers. Target 3 to 4 of these guys. I haven't found this to be as effective with 5 stars compared to last year's game, but it still works pretty well with 4 stars and really well with 3 stars. And here's the key point, be sure to lock these guys up as fast as you can. In my experience, powerhouse programs start offering around week 10, week 11, so you need to send the house to secure them quickly. If not, these guys will come in and steal them. Use your no window walkaway method weekly with these guys as well. And if you ever have leftover hours, you can go back to this method every single week. Alright, step 5, hard sell as soon as you can. Once you reach a recruit's top 5, put on the hard sell immediately. Use their deal breaker and process of elimination to determine the right pitch. Get the hard sell active, then throw in 10 more hours to get it back to 50. If your team grades aren't ideal and don't know whether or not to hard sell, collegefootball.gg has a free calculator. Just plug in your school grades and it'll tell you if a hard sell is worth the risk. Alright, after the hard sell, schedule a visit immediately. In online dynasties, you're competing with other users to get visits scheduled first. This is why earlier we mainly targeted recruits within our pipeline. It costs way fewer hours to schedule a visit. Now before we talk about adapting this system, let me address something you might be wondering about. What about Sway? I know they've improved Sway this year, but honestly, I don't really use it that much. I haven't found it to be consistently effective. But comment below if you've had success with using Sway. For me personally, instead of relying on Sway, I'd rather focus on what actually moves the needle, and that's what I call the winning factor. This is what most people miss, and it's the key to making this entire 5-step system work. You see, your record changes how you use this system. If you're winning games, your grades are good, recruits trust you, you can be picky. Here, you're going to focus on quality over quantity. Try to only fill your board with long shots and priority targets. Get aggressive with the guys that are being under-recruited. Still walk away when you get behind, but here you can stay the course and focus on landing 12 to 15 really good recruits. If you're losing games though, your grades are going to be bad. You need backup plans. You're going to want to pivot to quantity over quality. Your higher star recruits will lose interest, plus you're going to lose players in the transfer portal, so you need to fill those holes. Begin to remove your top recruits who are out of reach, and begin to fill your board with foundation pieces and roster fillers. This may require you to adjust the formula from send the house to 25 hours, but the key here is to target recruits that don't have many offers or any offers at all. This way you can land as many players as you can. This approach can be used either at the start of the season or mid-season. We all like to think we'll win a lot of games, but if you know it's a rebuild season or you have a really tough schedule, be realistic about where you stand. You likely won't know how your season will go, so this probably will be a mid-season change. Just be ready to adapt either way. This 5-step recruiting system works for any team, but how you use it depends on whether or not you're winning or losing games. Winning teams can pick who they want, losing teams need backup plans. Try this system in your next dynasty. Pay attention to your grades and adjust when you need to. Let me know how this works. Are you going for quality or quantity? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this video helped you recruit better, hit that like button and subscribe for more CFB 26 guides. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your dynasties.